friends, after playing the Callisto Protocol for more than 3 hours, here is my first impression of the game. It's my first horror game, and after watching the initial trailers and media releases, I had great expectations from the game, and so I pre-ordered it and started playing it from the day of release. I have a lot of things to say and discuss about this game, but I have not completed the game, and therefore these opinions are purely based on the first 3 hours of my gameplay. This first impression review is spoiler free, so you can watch it freely.
Say I don't need anyone.
What the hell?
But I do.
There was an outbreak.
Why is it all
They killed everyone. Trying to contain it.
that I choose?
Everyone.
I'm sure the makers must have thought.
After this job, we're never going to have to work another day in our lives.
But the problem with the Callisto Protocol is that it's trying to be Dead Space, a game that came out in 2008. What's worse is that it doesn't even strive to be better, so it doesn't live up to modern gamers' expectations.
Things are changing.
It is a fantastic game, but not today. It is at least 10 to 12 years late. Today, we expect more from these games. And why not? Games are expensive these days, and we want great value for our money. The game begins with a confusing start. It doesn't give much information about its universe and then just dumps way too much half-baked information at you to make sense of it.
They didn't have a clue what was going on.
I would have liked the idea if they had given us the opportunity to pilot the spacecraft through at least one brief mission. This mission could be to transfer the cargo between the moons, allowing them to slowly open up their universe. That's just one idea. What I mean to say is that makers should not hesitate to try different ideas to make the game interesting. Let's now discuss gameplay. It is monotonous. I've unlocked a lot of doors, entered a lot of vents, fought a lot of repeating enemies, and completed some pointless quests in my 3 hours of gameplay. But the story progression is slow as hell. Also, I have not encountered any intelligent puzzles in the game so far. No, I will not consider pulling the fuse from one switch and putting in another switch a puzzle. And for that matter, this is also repetitive from room to room. This repetitive gameplay becomes boring after a while, especially when you are wandering alone. They have introduced stealth in the game, but it is confined to some areas only and is very limited. A good gameplay is a balanced mix of enemy encounters, stealth, puzzles, and exploration. Another great idea is to include a companion for some part of the journey. The conversation and exploration with the companion makes the gameplay interesting and it gives room for more intriguing puzzle design. Speaking of combat controls, the game forces you to engage in melee combat. There is no other choice here, but it's not that bad. It works just fine. What I don't like is the left analog dodging system. It occasionally worked for me, but I couldn't master it. It feels quite random. I also have a minor issue with the curve control. I don't get why we have to pull enemies with L2 press X before throwing them back with R2. Why can't it just as simple? Pull enemies with L2 and R2, then release R2 to throw them. We simply need to switch between the handgun and the glove modes. Now coming to the most annoying thing about this game. It's the game's lengthy checkpoints. Checkpoints prior to encounter are acceptable, but here they start considerably earlier and most of the time there isn't an immediate checkpoint after defeating a big group of enemies. In some cases, after defeating the enemies, I went exploring and upgraded my weapons. Suddenly, there was an enemy encounter and I died. I had to do it all over again. I was about to give up on this game, but thankfully, in my last playthrough session, I saw some story progression and there is still some hope.
I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
So that was my first impression of the game. I am also currently playing God of War Ragnarok on my channel. I will try to finish that first, then I will return to Callisto. If you like this review, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have opinions about the game, please put them in the comments. I will be happy to see your opinions. Thanks for your time. This is me, Abhinita, signing off.
Soon everything will become clear. The truth of Black Iron.